welcome back to the channel. This is a video I have wanted to do for a while, but if I'm being honest, I've had this car up on the lift for a while. I've got a 4-post lift in my garage to store a car to, and I kind of rotate my cars through. It's been such an unseasonably warm and snow-free winter here in Utah that on Sunday I decided to get the M5 down, since it's been up there for 3 or 4 months, and go enjoy it, which I have. And I'm so glad, because every time I get back in this car, I remember why I love it so freaking much and why it's so awesome. So let's start from the beginning here. This is a 1992 BMW M5 Touring. This is the E34 body style. Touring is European speak for wagon, obviously. So a couple things cool about this car. Number one, a lot of people don't, even at like BMW meets and shows, people don't even know what this car is. Most people have never seen one, which is often the case because there's less than 30 that I'm aware of that have ever even been imported to the United States. So it's a very rare car. And number two, most people that know they exist, you've never even seen one. So they built these M5s from 1992 to 1995, so it was a 4-year run. They made 891 of them over that period of time. In 1992, they built 446. So worldwide, the entire world, there was 446 of these cars built. Now, a couple cool things. Number one, this is diamond black, which is not a super common color on this car. It also happens to be the same color as my E30 M3, which I like that they're both the same color. And second, this is a sunroof-delete car. According to all the research I've done over the years, and I've owned this car for 9 years now, BMW built somewhere between 27 and 45 of these cars over that 4-year run with no sunroof. These had kind of an early version of a panoramic sunroof. They were very problematic. It's actually one of the things that a lot of buyers of these cars always want to know about, because the sunroofs suck, quite frankly. And so one that does not have a sunroof is very, very rare. So kind of a cool fact, this is a, whatever you want to call it, slick top, hard top, whatever, but sunroof delete car, which is kind of cool. Number two, a few awesome things. This car, I imported it from the United Kingdom. It was a German build car, which we're gonna bounce around a little bit here. But you can see right here, all the stuff is all in German there, which is kind of cool. And whenever stuff comes up here on the gauge display, it's always in German, and I have absolutely no idea what it means. So the Euro cars got the hold on, I'm gonna bounce around a little bit here, sorry. So first off, the previous owner of this car was a mechanic for the Renault Formula 1 team in France. This car went from Germany to France to the United Kingdom to Mapleton, Utah. So during its time in France, it was owned by a mechanic for the Renault Formula 1 team. During that time, he put the Brembos on the front. These are off of an E38, which is the V12 7 Series car, like the James Bond car from Die Another Day, up front. And then the rears, see that Porsche, these are off of a 944. They are a direct bolt-on to the E34, so this was actually, believe it or not, a pretty common brake upgrade. The E38 brakes were a direct bolt-on on the front, 944s a direct bolt-on on the rear. So common upgrade. Later in the model year run of these, I think in 1994 or 5, they upgraded the brakes and made them bigger. But the earlier cars were kind of weak in the braking area. This has a Billy Boat exhaust, which sounds heavenly. Unfortunately, Billy Boat doesn't make exhaust for these cars anymore, so you can't even get them. I've had Billy Boats on a bunch of my old M cars. They sound amazing. Hands down, in my opinion, the best exhaust system you can put on an M car. They're freaking awesome. So that's another thing that's awesome. Now, let's talk engine. Also, you can tell this does sit about 2 inches lower than stock. This has H&R springs with Bilsteins. I lowered this car just a little bit, and also put the M parallel wheels on it. This came with the throwing stars, which personally I hate. A lot of people like them. I am not a throwing star guy. I think they're freaking ugly. So I changed the wheels, put the M parallels on it, and then had the spokes painted diamond black. I don't know if you can see These also came with the hydraulic kind of self-leveling suspension, which was kind of problematic on these. I was driven off the power steering pump. And anyway, I took that system off and converted it, just put Bilsteins and H&Rs on it. Now, this motor, this is a special engine. This is the S38 V38, as you can see here. US cars came with the S38 V36, which was a smaller 3.6 displacement versus a 3.8 liter displacement. The US cars had 10-to-1 compression. These were 10.5-to-1 compression. So bigger motor, more torque, a little bit more mid-range power. But they made 335 horsepower. I believe the US cars made somewhere in the 300 to 310 range, something like that. So about 30-35 more horsepower over the US cars. When I got this car, it had a head gasket that was leaking. So we pulled the motor and I had the motor rebuilt. Did a couple of things while the motor was out. We bumped up the compression from 10.5 to 11-to-1, which we were able to do without sacrificing anything. Obviously it gives us a little bit more power, but the throttle response is just like, it's just amazing. Like, has a light and flywheel. Just awesome. And we put custom built Molly pistons, a little bit oversized Molly pistons, Carrillo titanium con rods, had the motor balanced and blueprinted, did a full port polish on the heads, like really went through and did it right. And this motor's just been amazing. I've had this motor now in the car for 8 years, never had a problem, and it's awesome. Can still run it on 91 octane. It's great. Interior wise, this has the M Rain interior. This car did not come with the M Rain. One of the previous owners swapped this interior out. If I remember right, I think this car came with black leather interior, if I recall. But the M Rain is awesome. Obviously, it's like super cool. It looks great. Inside, everything obviously is in German, which is kind of cool. This has the 5-speed. Only way these cars came. They did, and I believe midway through 1994, they switched and you could get the 6-speed manual, which was a nice upgrade. Same transmission that came on the E34 M3. But the 5-speed is kind of cool. The early cars were 5 speeds. One of the things, there's my little helper today, that I love about this car is I can legitimately do stuff with my family and we can all go places in this car. Well, not anymore because I've got 4 kids now, but we've done a few trips over the years in this car, thrown all of our luggage in it, and it's cool. Kind of a throwback to, you know, the olden days before we had SUVs and wagons were the family movers. So, but anyway, very cool car. I absolutely just love it. It's a car that doesn't get recognized very often, which I like. It's just very nonchalant. But when somebody that knows what this car is sees it, they always lose their mind, and that's always fun. So, car's in excellent shape. Obviously, I had the entire car stripped bare metal and repainted. Had some road rash and things like that when I got it, but paint turned out great. That was done by R Restoration up in Pleasant Grove. And yeah, so I've owned this car for a long time, almost 10 years now. It's just a load of fun. Beautiful car, very rare. Again, so many people don't know what it is, which makes it doubly fun. And yeah, very neat, very cool car. So little history for you there on the